Good evening and thank you for joining GBS News at 9. My name is Paul Madhenge. With me tonight is our sign language interpreter. His name is Alan Kiama. Now let's start with our very first story. President William Ruto has directed that all learners, including grade 10 students, be allowed to report to school with or without fees or uniforms. He said no child should be denied access to education due to financial challenges, noting that the government has already disbursed 44 billion Kenya shilling in capitation funds to schools. The president emphasized that 100% transition from junior secondary to senior school is government policy, and learners can temporarily attend classes in their junior secondary school uniforms. President Ruto spoke at Kinoru Stadium in Meru County during the launch of 168 million Kenya shilling Nyota Business Startup Capital Program for young people from Meru, Ebu, and Tharaka Nithi counties. He said the government continues to invest heavily in education and youth employment through initiatives such as Nyota, affordable housing, digital jobs, and overseas employment. Let's have a look.
Tumeambiwa ya kwamba kuna watoto wengi hawajaenda shuleni kwa sababu mzazi hana pesa ya kulipa school fees, mzazi hana pesa ya kulipa uniform. Mimi nataka nitangaze from Meru, na mimi nataka nimweleze every chief, kila mtoto apelekwe shuleni. Kama mtoto ako na uniform ya JSS, hiyo uniform ya JSS anaweza kwenda kutumia kwa secondary school, akingojea mzazi wako apate pesa ya kununua uniform ya secondary school. Mtoto wa Kenya asibaki nyumbani kwa sababu ya uniform. Tunataka kila Mkenya, kila mtoto wa Kenya apate nafasi ya kusoma. It is the reason why tumeajiri walimu 1,100 kusomesha watoto wetu, so that every child apate nafasi ya kusoma. Ndio sababu tumeongeza budget ya kusomesha wa Kenya kutoka bilioni 500 mpaka bilioni 700 mwaka huu. Tuhakikishe hakuna Mkenya anakosa nafasi ya kusoma. Ndio sababu pamoja na hao wabunge tumejenga madarasa mpya 23,000 kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila mtoto. In the last 3 years, we have built 23,000 new classrooms to make sure every child is in class. Ndio sababu tumehakikisha kwamba vijana wetu wa kuenda university na TVET pia tumeongeza pesa yao ile ya Higher Education Loans Board, na tumeweka new funding model ambayo inahakikisha kwamba kila mtoto wa Kenya, hasa watoto kutoka jamii maskini, tunawapatia scholarship na loan 90%, tuhakikisha kwamba hakuna mtoto wa Kenya anabaki nyumbani kwa sababu mzazi wake hana uwezo.
And now moving on, a family in Intulele, Narok East is appealing to well-wishers to help their son, Leighton Limpaka, secure his place in grade 10 at St. Joseph's High School in Nyeri. Limpaka scored 51 marks in last year's KJSEA national examination, earning admission to the prestigious school. But severe financial challenges now threaten his dream of continuing his education. Raised by a single mother who is frequently ill and responsible for 5 younger siblings, Limpaka is forced to take casual jobs such as herding livestock and working on farms to support the family. Neighbors, community leaders, and local organizations have stepped in to provide food, clothing, and shelter. They are now calling on well-wishers to support the boy's education so he can pursue his dream of becoming a soldier in the future. Let's have a look.
sita. Nilikuwa naomba usaidizi kuna siku nakaa bila kula ndio nipate nguo, ama siku nyingine nanunua chakula. Na hata hiyo 200 silipi kwa kila siku. Ndio kuna siku siwezi pata. Mimi natamani siku moja
Now moving on, the Alego Usonga Constituency Development Fund has awarded full scholarships to 46 bright and needy grade 10 students from the area where have secured admission to various national schools across the country. The beneficiaries were selected after a rigorous vetting process from a pool of 140 applicants, ensuring that only the most deserving students received the support. Speaking during the release of the bursaries at the CDF offices in Siaya Town, CDF chairperson George Odede said the fund will spend 2.3 million Kenya shilling to fully cater for the students' education. Odede noted that the 46 students now join other learners in national schools already supported by the CDF at a cost of 8.6 million Kenya shilling, underscoring the constituency's strong commitment to education. He urged the beneficiaries to remain focused on their studies and make the most of the opportunity. NGCDF Accounts Manager Amos Apollo praised the program, revealing that 22 beneficiaries who sat their KCSE last year attained university entry grades, describing the initiative as a source of pride for the constituency. Let's have a look.
When we started the process, we had 104 applicants, out of which 140, out of which we vetted and got 104 to be visited. When we did the visitation, we had some criteria that we had to go through. The first one was if you had got 60 marks points and above, out of which then we go to the social status of the parents. Where the social status of the parents is, you either become a total orphan, a partial orphan, or both parents are alive, but they cannot be able to pay for school fees. We did this with the committee that helped us to move around, and after that, we only came up with 46 beneficiaries. And therefore today, we are releasing checks for the 46 beneficiaries that we got from our visitation that we did throughout Alego Usonga. More so, we want to bring the advice to our learners that are now transiting to senior secondary schools. Much that you had done in junior is now to be left back. We are now starting afresh. Dedicate yourself to your studies so that by the end of 3 years that you'll take in senior school, you come out with something that is beneficial. If you don't do that, then by the end of it, you will be like somebody who never went to, even though they say that you are now taking your path. But that path, you must work harder to achieve the best. That can also make you go or join university. The way they have done the selection with the points, they will still do that one at the end of 3 years as you transit to university. Otherwise, do the best as you make Alego Usonga better. Thank you.
As has been explained by the chairman, the process took slightly 2 weeks to identify the beneficiaries, which I think are fully confirmed as the most needy students. So today, we are handling all the scholarships, including ongoing and new. So today, we are going to release checks for the new scholarship, a total of 46 students who are straight away will be picking their checks here to join the higher institutions. Now, the total amount we are going to release this afternoon is 8.6 for both new and ongoing. For the new, we are going to release immediately here 2.3. And the other one is 6, totaling to 8.6. So the checks are ready for collections, and we expect the students that have been identified to be disciplined continuously. In CDF, we don't handle indiscipline. I think that should be very clear to parents. We expect our students who have passed the exams, who have been identified, to do their very best. And each and every end term, we expect you to give us the results back so that we can be able to monitor your performance. We are extremely happy with the outgoing. Those are the Form 4s, those people who had exited, the 22 students. Actually, they have done so. They have made us proud. So for this scholarship program, we are extremely happy, and that extension of scholarship will continue. Finally, I wish also to state here that in Siaya County, I think it's only Alego Usonga who is offering this kind of scholarship, if I may not be wrong. As Chairman has said, shortly, most probably by next week, we should be able now to float in the applications.
Now more on education matters. Students from Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology and other colleagues and universities in Siaya County have resolved to pursue constructive engagement with the government as the primary way of addressing emerging issues affecting the youth and the education sector, saying that dialogue, consultation, and partnership offer more sustainable solutions than street protests rather, with the students also declaring their support for President William Ruto and the broad-based government arrangement, calling on Nyanza political leaders to set aside petty wrangles and instead unite the region around a common political and development agenda that will deliver economic growth, job opportunities, and tangible benefits to local communities, with urging fellow youth to avoid divisive politics and focus on supporting engagement programs that directly improve livelihoods.
It's Joel Odidi, a student leader at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and the Secretary General of Nyanza Youth Progressive Movement. Around today, 20th January 2026, here is a statement by Siaya County universities and college students. The university and college students from across the great county of Siaya have watched with shock the bickering among Luo leaders on the direction the community should take as the country heads to 2027 elections. We are utterly dismayed by the fact that this bickering is getting more profound, despite clear guidance from leaders who have the legitimate mandate to guide the community and the ODM party. The party leader, Dr. Buru Oginga, who doubles up as the leader of the community, has categorically stated that the community is firmly in broad-based government and working with the President William Ruto. And ideally, that should rest the case. We support this position unequivocally, and we equally endorse the resolution by the Central Management Committee of the party allowing him to begin the pre-coalition talks, beginning with our partners in the broad-based arrangements, the UDA party. Despite this clear guidance from the party leadership, some self-appointed leaders continue to open debate on this matter and have come up with tired ideas like taking people back to the streets. As students and youth, we are now forced to take a stand and be clear to our people and leaders on what we can do and what we shall not do. Going into 2027, we are not available for street protests. We have vacated that space. Nobody should plan protest with us in mind, at least not here in Nyanza, especially Siaya County. We are not available for ill-thought-out political maneuvers that will end the same dramatic failure that we have been subjected since independence. We will not be available for unnecessary political confrontation and contests with the government that is often meant to boost political careers and massage individual egos, while the people get nothing in return. We are not available for empty rhetoric and flowery speeches by leaders who have nothing to show for the positions they have held or continue to hold. There's fierce competition for resources that only the government can provide. There is therefore fierce competition by communities to be in or from the government. We will therefore only be available for constructive engagements with the government of President William Ruto, engagements that have potential to build on the current goodwill from this administration. Nobody should count on us to help him or her disrupt the government that has shown goodwill towards our people. We will not be available for such errands. We fully support President William Ruto and his administration efforts to make Kenya a world.
Now it's time for us to take a short break. Keep your feedback streaming into our social media platform at GBS TV Africa. The SMS line is 21144. We will be right back.
So it's anime and cosplay in Kenya.
I came to know about anime when I was a teenager, because that's when I knew, oh, it's not a cartoon, it's an anime. And I came to realize, oh, it's a whole thing and it's a whole culture and it's a whole community behind it.
I remember I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but that time I didn't know it was
anime.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah.
Let me go watch cartoon.
Anime has been there, it's just growing with time and people are getting to know more about it.
This has been going on since 2016. Like, people have been meeting up for anime and DC, whatever nerdism you engage in since 2016.
Cosplay, basically, what it says is costume
Role play.
Yeah, so you dress up as a character from an anime, and that's just it.
So character likeness, how much do you look like the character?
Some parents see anime as just cartoons, which is true. What's your take on this perception?
Hizo cartoons zako zenye unawatch.
Me doesn't bother me. Most of the most popular anime we enjoy today, Jujutsu Kaisen, is for kids. Naruto is for kids. One Piece is for kids. So yeah, it's never bothered me when people are like, anime is for kids, anime is cartoons. I say this as someone who's been watching anime for 15 years. Anime is cartoons.
Hello kids, and welcome to Kids Mind, where we learn, we laugh, and we explore. Once upon a time, there lived this beautiful, kind, and humble lady named Esther. She lived with Mordecai for a very long time until she grew as big as me. Before Esther was not named Esther, her name was Hadassah. In our today's Bible story, I mentioned 5 characters. Who are they? Mordecai, King Xerxes, Esther, Haman, and Haggai. Esther represents me. Esther represents me.
Hey yo, Mambo VP man, Mambo VP. Welcome to Echo Muziki. This is the best gospel show in East and Central Africa. My good name is Bensi, but you can call me the true ninja, and of course I'm not alone. I'm with the baddest, the illest, the freshest,
Mr. Chicky Chicky Chick, DJ Jalaz with a Z.
Yes, sire. This is where we bring you the top gospel song of the week. The top 10 best gospel jams in the week, of course. And of course, we bring you the best gospel news. And of course, the freshest interviews from the best guests. Catch us live each and every Saturday, starting from
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
So make sure you tell your friend, to tell our friend, to tell his friend that this is the best show.
Only on
GBS TV Africa.
everywhere. GBS.
Welcome back to the bulletin here at GBS TV. News at 9 is the time for news, for the sports news. Let's get sports news. And now, Chelsea picked up a narrow victory last night, edging past Pafos FC by a single goal in a tightly contested match. Despite dominating possession, the Blues were made to work hard for all 3 points. Chelsea dominated possession from the start but struggled to break down a disciplined Pafos defense, with the first half ending goalless. The breakthrough came in the second half as Chelsea scored from a well-worked move. Pafos pushed for an equalizer late on, but Chelsea held firm to secure a professional 1-0 win and clean sheet, while Pafos earned credit for a resilient performance. And now moving on, Naomi Osaka advanced to the third round of Australian Open after beating Sorana. But the match gained attention more for its drama than the score. Her bold fashion choices and a tense moment at a net made headlines as she marks her deepest run in the Melbourne since 2021. Naomi Osaka's Australian Open match drew attention even more. It started as fans recreated her viral jellyfish outfit in the stand. Osaka won the first set against Sorana, who fought back to take the second. In the third set, Osaka's power proved decisive, and she won 6-3, 4-6, 6-2, despite a brief shoulder issue.
Yeah, I mean, it feels, I guess good. It was definitely a really tough match, so I'm glad that I was able to pull it out in the end. Honestly, I was just thinking that I hit a lot of unforced errors in the second set, I think. And I also, I don't know, I tried to feel more free in the rallies. I think I was really focused on like hitting on one side or trying to avoid her backhand, so I just kind of gave myself a little bit more grace. For me, I've never, no one's ever complained about it before. And also the umpire didn't tell me like I was wrong. Like the umpire said I was fine, so I was like, okay. And that was kind of what I thought. Like I thought we moved past it, so yeah. It's kind of a reoccurring thing. So I guess if you look at my medical history, you can maybe like do like a little guessing game. But yeah, I think for me, I'm just really glad that I kind of pushed through it and also played like really good tennis in the third set. So I try to just leave the tournament site with that in mind for the next days. Well, if I'm being honest, I've never been involved in something like this before. So it's like, I don't know, like if we're supposed to leave it on the court and be like, hey, how you doing? I'm a little confused, but like, I get that emotions were very high for her. And I also want to apologize. I think like the first couple things that I said on the court was disrespectful, and I don't like disrespecting people. That's not what I do. So yeah, if she wants to talk about it, then yeah, but like, when I'm pumping myself up in my head, I'm not like, okay, and now I'm gonna distract the other person. Like, it's purely for me, so. I haven't seen her, so I met on my on-court interview, which I thought I could have done a lot better at, so. Yeah, like, I'm not a person that reacts well to be casually disrespected. So yeah, I kind of probably like overdid it in the next couple of points. But it takes a lot out of me. Like, I'm very tired now, so. My simplified look is very extra for some people. I don't know. I just felt like switching it up. I think it's kind of fun to like keep everyone on the edge. I thought it was really pretty that there were some people with veils over their hats, and I was really grateful for that. So yeah, it's kind of, for me, cool to like, you never know what I'm going to pull out next. Honestly, I'm not online. So like, people talk to me about it, and I realize that people like it because when I come on site, other like players want to like talk about it. But for the most part, when I play a slam, I don't really go online like that. But I don't know. I'm really glad that people like it, and I'm glad that Nike wasn't mad at me. No, it's kind of like a surprise. Like, for me, obviously, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the dress is beautiful, the jacket is beautiful, and they let me design it and everything, but sometimes I'm a little extra and I want something more, and Robert Woon was so amazing, and he kind of, like, was able to lift it up.
We have come to the end of the news bulletin. It's always a pleasure having you on board. My name is Paul Madhenge, and our sign language interpreter tonight has been Alan Kiama. It's a good night from me.
Everywhere, GBS.